first number, as I may have mentioned, is that air pollution is responsible for 14% of your house price. And the second number is that air pollution is responsible for 7 million early deaths every year. I'm not sure which of those two numbers is the more memorable, but I do know which is the most shocking. Because now, after years of living in the shadow of the big kid on the block, climate change, air pollution is at last beginning to get the attention it deserves as we begin to grasp the magnitude of all those millions of unnecessary deaths. What, you might ask, is an early death? That's a good question, and the short answer is that we don't exactly know. Spoiler alert, but everyone dies eventually, and so the result of environmental influences on health like air pollution is not to increase the rate of deaths per person. It's already 100%, but to shorten our life expectancy. We can describe this in a number of different ways. One way is to estimate the number of early deaths thought to occur each year. Here in the UK, it's about 40,000, and worldwide, it's about 7 million. Another approach is to look at the overall effect on life expectancy. In the UK, air pollution reduces everyone's life expectancy by 6 months, on average. What we don't know is whether everyone experiences a comparable shortening of life or whether the effects are even more dramatic in a smaller number of people. And we certainly don't know who all the people are who are dying early from too much air pollution every year. You might well suspect that the health of someone in your family has been affected by air pollution, and you might well be right. But no doctor has put air pollution as a cause of death on a death certificate. To be fair, that's mainly because death certificates record the conditions affecting individuals rather than speculating about possible external causes. But even if they did speculate, we can't identify individual deaths caused by poor air quality. That may be about to change, but for now, we just know that pollution, on average, makes people, on average, die a bit earlier. And it's a really big deal. Globally, air pollution causes more early deaths every year than passive smoking, and obesity, and water pollution. Put together, maybe obesity and passive smoking are more shocking, because they are both more tangible and more avoidable. The deep-fried Mars bar from the chippy on the corner and a packet of fags from the paper shop next door are both real, physical objects, and we can choose to indulge in them or to spare our arteries and our families from their long-term effects. In contrast, water and air pollution are not so easy to visualize, and there's a limit to what we as individuals can do to mitigate or avoid them. That's the thing about environmental problems. They are almost entirely caused by other people, and they quite often manifest themselves as a small risk or small effect on many people that you can't really spot at an individual level. But it turns out that air pollution is even more important than obesity, passive smoking, and other A-list causes of early death. Every few seconds, you have to take a breath. You don't have much choice about what you breathe, and the air goes deep into your body where it's needed to keep you alive, but might also do you a little bit of harm. A journey in time. Such thoughts were a long way from my mind as I emerged blinking from the Cambridge University chemistry labs in the autumn of 1987. Indeed, it would be decades before anyone got to grips with the impact that air pollution has on the health of people everywhere. I was in the third year of my chemistry degree and had decided that my rather limited talents did not lie in the field of organic chemistry or inorganic chemistry, these being, unfortunately, the areas of chemistry where money is most likely to be made. I was much more at home with physical and theoretical chemistry, and so I headed off to the first lecture in the first of 4 physical chemistry units available to final year undergraduates on the obscure subject of the chemistry of atmospheres. Professor Brian Thrush started the course by talking about atmospheric kinetics, that is, measuring how fast reactions proceed in the gas phase. An obscure corner of an obscure subject, it might have been, but I remember walking out of that lecture on what was probably quite an ordinary November morning, probably raining, surrounded by students dressed in authentic 1980s retro, thinking, this is what I want to do.